And at that point, it's just I guess she thought the melon was not answering the door. Hello, melon. Are you in there, melon? I'd like to talk to you about Jesus, melon. Oh, I love her though. She's a sweetheart. She's a nerd, and I don't know how I scored a nerd, but she really loves Star Wars. I'm a big fan of Star Wars too. And as the fellas pointed out earlier, I was raised half Jewish. My father was the Jew, my mom was Catholic, so I'm immune to guilt, and that's nice. Um, but I thought my entire childhood that George Lucas was a Jew, and I was so disappointed. If he just hung out with Spielberg, he got some residual Jew on him. He wasn't really Jewish though, but it kind of makes sense because a Jew would not have left so many plot holes in the Star Wars universe. Like perfect example, Emperor Palpatine. We have ruler of the empire. You know, he shoots lightning bolts from his fingers. Why is he in the Senate? Why that guy should be working a power grid somewhere, 9 to 5, renewable source of energy. I, I really love the idea of just a Senator Palpatine that hates his job. He just comes into work every day, just hi Terry. Oh, this job. When was it going to be over? Yeah, I'll take a latte if you're going. Poor Palpatine. I don't know. Then of course there's the Toydarians, the Israelis of space, if you will. They're the slave owners, Anakin's slave owners. I'm gonna show my belly a lot this set. This is a running theme, but yeah, the Toydarians, Jedi, those guys. Um, they're immune to the Jedi mind tricks, right? So why doesn't Vader just hire them as stormtroopers? Boom, you're cutting costs. There's no more jet troopers. They already fly. You don't even have to spend money there. You're saving on gas. You're set. Little things. And I think obviously if you were smart and if you were Jewish and you lived on Tatooine, you would open up a haunted house for the Tusken Raiders, right? Because they scare easily, but they'll be back later in greater numbers. You don't even have to. You don't even need the social network. They just come back, just word of mouth. Tusken Raider or a mouth. I don't know what they speak. Oh, but I love Lando Calrissian. Don't we all? Come on, the only brother in space. How much space tail? That guy has more space tail than Jabba the Hutt, and he has a tail. He literally has one, and Lando still gets more tail than him. I don't know. I think sorority girls it'd be like a pilgrimage. Like, girl, did you go to Cloud City? He'll leave you with your head in the clouds. That's why they call it Cloud City, girl. And and obviously the only other black guy in the galaxy is Mace Windu, played by the lovely Samuel L. Jackson, right? And that would have to mean that Lando is a blood relative of Mace Windu. I mean like blood, not like blood. That's racist. But no, that's how genetics works. So I just really like the idea of a spin-off where Samuel L. Jackson plays Billy D. Williams' dad. It's like Sanford and Sons with lightsabers. Just Lando. Oh, I told that joke once, and this nerd came up to me after the show, and he's like, "That would never happen because Jedi they do not involve sexual intercourse, and they would never be able to procreate, so he couldn't be related." And I said, "Oh, they Jedi's don't have sex, so then you're a Jedi, or just involuntary virginity?" I knew he couldn't beat me up. Come on, I'm a nerd, but I could take him. I could sit on him. That's how I can do it. um, but yeah, what else? What else? What else do I love? I don't even know. I love food. Clearly, food's a big problem in my life. It's tough because we as a nation we're addicted to food, and there's no AA for food. You can't just go in. Hi, my name's Nate. Uh, this morning I smoked too much and I ate an entire dozen of Krispy Kreme donuts. I don't even remember. At the third one I blacked out. I just woke up sticky and I don't know how to stop. I go to EG's and I get a biggie. I know I don't need a biggie. I just get it. I'm done after a small. But we can't, there's nothing we can do, right? There's no support group for fat people. That's the problem. I think we should open a support group for fat people and maybe just like advertise it as a buffet, and that way they'll show up, and then it's like intervention. You just surprise them. Surprise! There's no food. You got a problem. But that would be kind of mean. I don't know. Then we just have angrier fat people. I'll tell you guys a quick story, and then I'll go just about fat people too. Once there was me. Once there was me. I was driving in a car with my friends, and we see this police officer, and he's dragging one of those rascals just by himself, the huge rascal, to this orb of a woman at the bus stop. She's just sitting there, just glowing, basting in the sun, just dimples all up and down her thighs, just looking good in the Tucson heat. And I don't like the police. I'm not huge fans of them. I don't hate them. I'm not gonna 187 them, as I've heard that's the terminology. But I just don't like them. But I felt bad for this cop because this poor guy. This is not in his job. He's not. It doesn't say help fat people with their scooters. So we're like, let's stop. Let's help this guy. Let's help. And so it's three of us. We help him. We get the thing. The thing was heavy. It was a big rascal thing. So I can't imagine what both of them were weighing together. So we get it to the stop. And then the lady looks at us, and she's just like, "Took you long enough." Took you long enough. I just wanted to. I walked away, but I wanted to just grab the cop's gun from him and just point it at her face and be like, "Took you long enough to put down the fork, lady." And then shoot her in the face. That wouldn't have been very nice, though. I wouldn't have gone away with it. There's a cop there. I'm only so white. But thank you very much, guys. Thanks again. It's going to be a great show. We got some other great comedians. They're a little darker than I am, so don't adjust your screens. Now you can turn the contrast back down. It's not so bright. Thanks again, guys. My name's Nate Nepsky. Check us out we have Mr. Heads on Wednesday night and Plush on Monday night. Great comedy. It's a big comedy scene happening in Tucson now, so please come out and support. We need all the laughs we can get. So thanks again.
Hell yeah. Awesome job, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, come
Heck
back
yeah.
here, man.
Heck yeah.
Amazing
Heck
job,
yeah.
man. Amazing
Heck
job.
yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. There it is.
Man, that was good stuff, man.
There it is. There it is. Dim, you wanna
Oh yeah, can you flip the screen for us?
turn the
then?
TV? Turn the TV. Damn right we are.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize the whole contrast thing there. I apologize. He's like a floating head with sleeves.
Oh, it was right. It was right.
But no, that was great. That was awesome. Good job, man.
Say what's up.
There you go.
Heck yeah,
Live on
man.
Ustream.
Awesome. Heck yeah. So
Yeah, that's the way you kick off a comedy show, right?
that's
there.
how you do it.
Like we're probably gonna leave this in syndication for a couple months there.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well.
So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well,
Man.
first, you know, how long you been doing this?
This is
Like always.
I think it's about 6 months for me. I started around my girlfriend's birthday. Yeah, it's a present to her. You go out there and tell embarrassing stories about our relationship. Yeah, it's been. I did music before. I performed a lot here on 4th Ave and stuff. And just
Okay.
naturally wanted to give comedy a try. It's good for people that like the attention of being on stage. And
Right?
Hell yeah.
always, I was in grade school.
Yeah.
I was work already.
We love attention.
Yeah,
Just
it's easier to just make fun
poquito.
of yourself because then no one can else make fun of you first.
There
Exactly.
It is. There it is. Beat
Yeah,
him to the
I was
punch.
like a genuine fat kid growing up, so I know how that goes.
Yeah, huh?
Absolutely.
I never picked on him about it.
All right.
Never. All right.
Well, you always want to have one fat friend.
You got to.
You have to.
You
You have to have your jolly fat friend.
Right.
And
Always.
I usually roll with people that are similar in fatness to me so we can share clothes.
Right, and then I was token. I had the token T for a while.
You got it?
I had the token T.
The token
Rock and Ray,
That's
yeah.
a little bit better than being the token fat guy.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Right on.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
you
that's
have a
true.
lot more credentials than we
Right,
do.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
But
You don't wanna
awesome.
walk with
awesome.
me in Walgreens. So anyways,
Yeah,
so
so-
cool, yeah, man. So you've been
So
doing it for a
people,
while?
give us your, call in, talk to these comedians.
Yeah,
They're
if you
here
got
to
a
talk
question,
to you. You
hit
got
'em
a
with it.
joke. It's probably not as funny as theirs, but
Right,
call anyways. It'll be pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
So we're actually gonna go ahead and get to the second comedian now. Andre, you going up next? All right.
Oh.
The man, he's been on here a couple of times. You guys
Oh.
know him. Hilarious dude. Andre Deshawn.
Flip the camera around.
How's it going, everybody? Appreciate it.
Andre.
Thanks, HecticAtoms, for welcoming me back. Appreciate the love coming back. I'm in a relationship. I brought my little girl here. She's She's a beautiful thing. You know, oh, should I be over here? Yeah, my bad. Am I in the right spot? I brought my little girl over here, man. It could be a little frustrating. It could be a little tough being a father, man. It has its ups and its downs, man. For instance, man, I was watching a little girl last weekend, and I didn't realize how smart my little girl was. You know, I guess it's true what they say. You know, stupid people are born that way. You know, because this little girl, she's a year older than my little girl. My little girl's 3 years old. This little girl's 4 years old. In my house, we have nap time. So nap time comes around. Kids got to get in the bed. They got to be quiet. You know what I mean? It's time for Pops can go have a little shot or whatever, level off. You know what I mean? Call up people, do what he got to do, handle his business. You know what I mean? But this girl, she was not playing. She just slept for 10 minutes and then got back up. And all of a sudden I hear, you know, because I happened to pass out. Don't, you know, it was a Sunday. I had a nap with my little girl. All of a sudden I hear this, eat, I eat, and she just laying in the bed, just screaming this. I'm like, what's going on? Is this girl special? What the heck? If that was my little girl, she would have came up to me. You know what I mean? But she just kept doing this for like 40 minutes. So finally I go up in the room and was like, what's up? What's going on? She's like, eat. All of a sudden my 3-year-old little girl comes out. Is like, excuse me, father. I beg your pardon, but I believe she means that she's parched. She's famished. Could you please fix her something? For some reason, my half black, half Navajo little girl had a British accent. You know what I mean? Go figure. But I just love her, man. I got love for my little girl. You know, again, I'm in a relationship. My girlfriend, she's half black and half, you know, she's native. She's that TP Indian, not that taxi Indian. You know what I'm saying? So us being in that relationship, I have to deal with a lot of stuff. And I love her moms. She has a good extended family. Her moms comes over from time to time. Now, I don't know if you guys ever heard an Indian speak, but their language is different. It's very unique. To me, it sounds like they whispering and trying to sound out a vowel or trying to sound out a word. So I always get confused whenever her mom's trying to talk stuff or trying to talk to her when she's at my house. I remember one time I kind of lost it. I didn't mean to, but she was like, it's a I was like, what? Of course the towel's clean. What are you talking about? Yeah, I do laundry. It's not just her. And Brittany's like, no, calm down. She was asking if you was hungry. She was about to cook. I was like, oh, speak English in this house. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of stuff you got to deal with. You know, being in relationships, I always try to improve myself. You know what I mean? Sometimes when I'm at the grocery store, I like to go see Cosmo or go see Us or whatever the female fashion, you know, magazines are. And I like to try to get some tips. Sometimes they have some good articles in there. One week, I know it was probably a bad article. Some should have tipped me off by the name of the article because it was like top 3 ways to thwart Chris Brown. And I was like, what does that mean? So I was like, I'm intrigued. Let's read. So I flipped the page and I looked, and it was just like, in case of violence or being in a battered situation or being in a domestic violence situation, there's 3 top ways to diffuse this situation. Ladies, if you find the man and if you're at home alone and he's kind of getting loud and he's getting aggressive and you find he might do something, what you got to do is just back up, pop it out. Just pop one breast out. You don't got to worry about it. Typically, that'll diffuse the situation. And I was like, what? And there's survey data and there's studies about this. So I was like, what the heck? 1,000 men signed off on this? All right, I guess it's got to be right. So I was like, okay. So I'm like, what's the second step? Second step is, if he's escalating and that just doesn't work, go to step 2. This is imperative step. This is emergency step. This is breaking the glass step. What you want to do is yell out very slowly and calmly, and it's very cool and collected. Honey, I'm about to cook a 4-course meal for you. All the fixings, fried chicken, mac and cheese, and we're having apple pie and some ice cream after that. Typically, that'll diffuse everything. He'll forget every problem. You're good for at least a month. He'll diffuse everything. You're good for at least a month, And then if that just if Chris Brown just loses it and he about to really put his hands on you again, I don't condone domestic violence, men. Don't go put your hands on the ladies. But if he gets to that level, all else fails, ladies, let him know that you're converting to Mormonism. Tell him everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. You know, just type of stuff you gotta deal with being in a relationship. Again, I would never put my hands on my female, but I feel like sometimes when you're in a situation, they have the upper hand. Like my girlfriend, like we don't argue, but whenever we